Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. Today we are going to see about a new topic, totally a new topic like Kubernetes, like why Kubernetes is using and what is adaptation and what all the features it's have, what all the components, and we'll see step by step what all the components and the feature of Kubernetes have. So let me go through the basics parts and let me quickly understand with the things why we are using Kubernetes. Kubernetes is adoption of actually the adoption of containers. Okay, as you have learned about the Docker previously. Actually, yeah. So as you have learned about the containers, we have seen this part into the Docker. Okay, we have seen into all these things into the Docker part. So this is the containers among the organization, the Kubernetes and the container centric management of software. It has become a standard to develop and deploy and operate containerization or applications, and it is one of the most important part of DevOps. Okay, it's one of the most important part of tool of the DevOps where it's help into the containerization part and managing and deploying all those time. Basically, it was originally developed by Google. Okay, it was developed by Google, and it's a open source, released as open source in 2014. Okay, it was released in 2014, and Kubernetes like builds on the 15 years of running Google containerization workloads and valuable contribution from the open source community, like inspired by the Google internal clusters management systems. Okay, so what is Kubernetes? That questions come to the mind. Okay, like this is developed by Google, we know this is open source, so okay, we know it's work on containerization. But what is Kubernetes? Okay, so Kubernetes is nothing but an open source containerization orchestration platform designed to automate your deployment, scaling parts, and management of the containerization applications. Okay, so basically what's happened, you have a container, we have a container running. Okay, this is our container running. So what's happened, we can't continuously monitor this port. Okay, this we can't continuously monitor, like suppose suddenly traffic comes up from the this is our client. Okay, and suddenly traffic comes up, so this port goes down in the midnight, like we can't see in the we can't keep eye on the midnight part, like it goes on to the 2 a.m. and we get to know in the early morning as we woke up, and we got to know into the 9 a.m. So all the traffic and all those clients which have come under this period of time, the port was gone down. So this is one of the bad impact we get, and we can't continuously monitor, we can't continuously see the what all the things are going. So behind the scene, Kubernetes helps into this deployment part. There is a concept known as deployment. We'll see more into the deep down what is the deployment part, what is the scaling part, like scaling part. Okay, all these things we'll see more in the deep down. So basically in the Kubernetes world, this container is known as pods. Okay, in Kubernetes, and it's same in like in Docker we say containers, and in Kubernetes we say pods. Kubernetes is also known as K8s. Alright, so containers are the lightweight and the portable units. That's encapsulation, software and dependency, ensuring consistency across different environments. Okay, so Kubernetes also simplifies the complexity of managing containers at scale, like providing a robust framework for deploying and managing applications in a flexible and efficient management. So as I explained you about this containers part, so suppose this what Kubernetes is gonna do, like suppose these two ports are running. Okay, if the one port goes down, so it will automatically launch one more pod or one more container for you, and this is the generally known as deployment concept. We don't need to continuously monitor on the port, and we don't need to go and manually launch port, and if this port goes down, so here the deployment concept is there in the Kubernetes. Behind the scene it's help, like suppose we have 3 ports running, and one of the port goes down, so it will automatically copy all the data, and it will automatically create everything for you, and it will create a launch a new port for you. So it is one of the benefit of using Kubernetes and deployment part like this. If suddenly the traffic comes up, okay, so it will create more replicas. Okay, like suppose suddenly traffic comes up, so the load is not handling, it will create more ports for you, like 6 ports, and it will create, okay, it will create more ports for you. Suppose the traffic is now down, like only we require 2 ports, so we don't need to do this manually. It will automatically done by all this done by the, we don't need to go with the manual part. We auto this will be done by automation, and this automation is comes from the Kubernetes part. Alright, so let me just break down. Here are some components. What all the components we have? We have container orchestration, like Kubernetes automates the deployment and the scaling of containers. Then we have cluster management. It's helped into the managing the clusters and allowing efficient parts. Okay, so let me quickly write you. First of all was container orchestration. Okay. Let me quickly, yeah. So first was container. First of all, container orchestration. Okay. Then second comes is cluster management. It also help into the cluster management part. Like if you want to manage the clusters and all those part, we have a efficient clusters running, and in that cluster we have whole deployment, our projects been deployed. Allow efficient resource utilization and load balancing, and providing high availability of the application. So second component and the features is like using they gives cluster management. Okay. Cluster management part. And then third comes up is declarative configuration. Like what we can do, we can change the configuration according to us. Like Kubernetes allow users to define the desired state of their application. We have a config file, and through what we want to change according to us, so we can change accordingly. If you want certain configurations to be there, if you want desired state should be there of that particular file, so we can provide according to that. Okay, so let me just write configuration. Okay, configuration done. Then for service discovery and the load balancing part, as I discussed, load balancing, suddenly traffic comes up, it's helpful into launching ports into the, like multiple ports is long, like it's generally it's facilitates communication between different microservices by providing service discoveries, and load balancing by distributing networks traffics. Okay, so load balancing. Then we have rolling updates, rolling backs. What happened? Deployment, it supports seamless update to application without downtime, and enabling organization to deploy new features or bugs. Rolling updates. Okay, and what's happened if you are pushing some new deployment gonna comes up, so without downtime it enables organization to deploy a new feature or a bug issue without minimal impact on the user. Okay, if issues arise, if issue comes up, it allows for easy rollback to a previous version. Suppose you have rollback with the new version and there is an issue, so it will easily roll back to the previous version and there will be no downtime. And we have 5 done, and then 6 that comes with storage orchestration. So Kubernetes manages the storage need of the application, providing PVC like persistent volume clean, then persistent storage solution. So this helps into the enabling the stateful applications part. So these are the some key features, and I can say the key components where Kubernetes are break down into certain parts. Like we have container orchestration, cluster management, configuration, load balancing, rolling updates, and like this there can be more, but these are the 6 more which help into the Kubernetes and make it beneficial. All right. Okay, so if I talk about something like Kubernetes, also known as K8s. Okay, so Kubernetes is also known as K8s. Okay, why this is a short form. Regarding the K8s, it is a shortened notation where the number 8 represents the 8 letter between the K and the S, and this observation is commonly used in tech community for brevity and convenience. We are referring to a platform. So alright guys, we'll see more about the Kubernetes in upcoming videos. If you like the video, please share and subscribe, and if you have any query, if you have any question, you can just comment down your part and we'll help you there. Alright, thank you so much guys, thank you.